Get over here!
So, I'm trying to fathom just... Because the water itself is made out of yarn.
Yeah.
So...
Everything is yarn, except the clouds are cotton.
Yeah, which, by the way, I discovered this.
So, okay, I thought it was weird standing on, like, rushing water. No, standing on clouds is weird.
Yeah.
That shouldn't happen.
Oh, yeah, this is the boss door.
But that, like, happens in everything.
Okay, so yeah,
I
no,
don't
we're
really
actually
care.
supposed to go up there eventually once we actually unlock some of this
First,
stuff.
you gotta do the flower fields,
Yep.
though, I think.
Alright, let's go ahead and get into the flower fields.
So, welcome back.
Yay! Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Kirby's Epic Yarn. I am the Green Scorpion.
I'm the Comic Foil.
And here we are going to answer some more questions, going to go through some more ground that feels like pants.
That was like the quote I always heard about this game. And then I played the first world of it.
Yeah. I'm surprised you haven't actually, like, played through this game fully.
I never had it, and there's just so many games to play. I'm behind on my Kirby, though.
Yeah.
The last one I played was Return to Dreamland. So
Wow.
I got Triple
I...
Deluxe and Robobot to catch up on.
Yeah, Robobot's actually really good. So is, like, all of them are really good, frankly. Alright, so let's say we get into the first question.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright.
Alright, so Syef96 wants to know, what are your favorite social links from Persona 3 and Persona 4?
Ooh, okay,
Haven't played Persona, so this is an Oscar question.
Okay, so from Persona 3, honestly, okay, disclaimer, I don't remember as much from Persona 3 as I do Persona 4. Persona 4 I definitely played, like, a lot more than Persona 3.
When you play this many long RPGs, they start to melt together a little bit.
Yeah, especially the Shin Megami Tensei series, let's face it. Speaking of which, I am planning on eventually playing Persona 5, because I keep hearing some really, really good stuff about that game.
A lot of Game of the Year talk.
Especially from Pad.
Yeah.
Like, he's definitely gushing about that game. But, anyway, my favorite social links from Persona 3, honestly, like, I'm trying to think. One social link that definitely sticks out for me is the Priestess, which is blanking on the name.
Elizabeth?
Not Elizabeth.
I don't know the...
She was on our Cryomancers.
Mitsuru?
Mitsuru, thank you.
I didn't know she was a priestess.
Is she priestess?
No, she's like a student council leader.
No,
thing,
her Arcana.
Oh.
Great. Can you look this up real quick? I'm sorry.
Priestess?
I'm pretty sure she is the priestess.
Isn't it like something like motherly?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
But either way, like, the relationship you develop with Mitsuru, I feel, is definitely worth a mention.
Artemisia?
Artemisia, yeah.
Or, what's the other one called? Penthazlia?
Penthazlia.
Penthazlia?
Yeah, something like that. Mitsuru's is definitely worth a mention. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave him alone. Also Akihiko Sanada. And as for Persona 4, the NPC characters I do remember a lot, but one social link I absolutely adore from Persona 4 is Kanji's. I feel Kanji has a really, really good character, probably the best of the main cast in my opinion, and that's saying a lot. As for NPC social links, one I remember in particular from Persona 4 is Nanako Dojima, the Dojima family, frankly.
Who are they?
Nanako and Ryotaro Dojima, the uncle and sister.
Okay.
They definitely have really good ones, and one that definitely sticks out is Toru Adachi. For spoiler alert, in 3, 2, 1. His Arcana is actually the only one in the series, if I recall, that changes. Like, he starts out as the Jester, but eventually becomes something else based on what happens in the game. And, like, I'm not gonna say what it is because, you know, again, spoiler territory, but it's actually pretty insane. Like, both in the figurative and literal sense. Those definitely stick out, so, I'd say those are the ones I remember the most.
just from watching Pat play the game, I did really like a social link he was doing with the teacher. I guess I don't want to spoil anything, but like the one
In Persona 5?
in Persona 5, there's a homeroom teacher that you can.
I do remember him mentioning that to me as
and
well.
You find out about her other job. And
Yeah,
it's just,
yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, I do remember that.
It's amusing to me.
Alright, yeah, I gotta get around to playing Persona 5.
Me too. That might end up being my first Persona game real soon.
I heard it's a really good starting point for the series. I keep hearing that from a lot of people who've played it.
I've just, like, never had a PlayStation or anything.
Uh-huh.
You guys are gonna think that I haven't played any games.
If this trend keeps going on, probably. But you played a lot of games that I haven't, and vice versa.
Well, I have one from a game that I've definitely played coming up.
Alright, then.
You ready for another question?
Yes, we are ready for another question.
Alright, this comes from Gavian the Goggle Shoe.
What?
I think I'm pronouncing that right. Wants to know if we have favorite evolutions.
Definitely. Absolutely. My favorite evolution is definitely Espeon.
That's interesting, because my favorite is Umbreon.
It's usually between those two. Honestly.
Well, Gold and Silver was like when you got into the series, wasn't it? Or Heart Gold Soul Silver was like when you really got into it.
As a matter of fact, it was. Okay, here we go. Hang on a sec. Yes!
I just realized that you were a UFO. I wasn't looking at the screen. I was looking at our questions.
My personal favorite evolution is Espeon because I'm a fan of the Psychic type. I think Espeon is a legitimately good Pokemon overall.
It is. At least it was in Gen 6.
Uh-huh. And I just really like the design, frankly. I think it has a wonderful design. Like, overall, like, Espeon definitely appeals to me, like, as a Pokemon. What's with you and Umbreon?
Umbreon was, well, one, going from Red and Blue into Gold and Silver. I was really excited that not only were the new Eevee evolutions, but that one of them was the new Dark type, and that like blew my mind. And then I got the card, an Umbreon card out of one of the trading card booster packs. So like I was hooked. But then more recently, I haven't been playing competitive Pokemon in Gen 7 just because I'm not up on the new meta, and I kind of don't like the meta as much in Gen 7.
Yeah.
But during Gen 6, my main team, I had an Umbreon on it because it's such a good special tank.
It really is.
I had a Toxic Stall Payback Umbreon with Wish and Moonlight, and it was just a pain.
Can we express the fact that one of the most infamous appearances of Umbreon was Karen from Heart Gold Soul Silver?
Oh, I was thinking Gary Oak from the anime. He had an Umbreon for a while.
That is actually true because after the Indigo League, I remember he faced Ash with his Eevee.
Yeah, and then later on, it's an Umbreon.
Mm-hmm. That's actually pretty cool in my opinion.
Oh, max stars.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's part like how I felt about Umbreon when I first saw it, and then I came back because of the meta.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, I keep hearing a lot of the fact that, like, a lot of people just really like Espeon and Umbreon. I do know our friend Tony, his favorite is actually Vaporeon.
Yeah, Vaporeon's cool.
And unfortunately, not a lot of people like Flareon.
I guess Flareon's towards the bottom of the list for me, but I like all of them.
Like, Flareon's good design-wise, but
in the meta,
it's terrible, dude.
Oh dear, what a pickle, what a pickle! What a definite pickle I am in!
Yes, we've heard you.
Prince Fluff, Lord Kirby, you're still here. Oh, thank goodness I ran into you. I am in the most dire of pickle straits. Could I possibly ask for your help? Thank you ever so much, Lord Kirby. Your generosity shall not go unnoticed.
This mustache has been in my family line for generations!
Alright, what do we got here? Oh, yeah. I remember this.
You see, I can't seem to find any new tenants. Any tenants who will move into my new building here. It's the market. What is one to do? I think spiffing the place up would definitely attract some new tenants.
Alright, so yeah, I remember this. A bit of a side quest here. What you gotta do is, like, he'll get tenants that want to come in, but you have to spruce up the place first with the collectibles you find.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
I'm so glad that you agree. Now, take a look at this photo here.
Yeah, like that.
Could you do me a favor and decorate the room so it resembles this picture? Wonderful! My, that was much easier than I expected. You chaps certainly are helpful. Well, I'm sure you'll find the furniture you need in areas you've already visited.
Which, I've been making sure I do find the collectibles. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this real quick while we answer another question.
Okay, so this one is going to come from Hidden Lightning Getting.
Alright.
They ask, who is your favorite villain from the Ace Attorney franchise?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Spoilers for Ace Attorney.
Yes, spoilers for Ace Attorney, just saying right now.
Wonderful job, Lord Kirby. Now we must find someone who loves flowers.
Like that?
Like,
Hey, you got any rooms? Whoa, flowers everywhere. I love this place. On the nose, don't you think?
You did it, Lord Kirby. Oh, I can't tell you how grateful I am for this.
I like how he celebrates with his mustache.
I know.
You can play with your friends.
Yeah, they have these guys like can provide like I think it's like time attack. Oh no, Zeke's hide and seek. So they have like mini games. Like this little guy will hide in areas like in levels, and you can find them. And
jamming out in his flower room.
This unlocks some other stuff. So we might do this at some point or another.
Yeah, maybe.
All right then. So
Ace Attorney villains.
Yes, we're gonna go ahead onto the next onto the next level while we're doing that. So yeah, Ace Attorney villains. Goodness gracious.
Depends whether or not you count like if they're your if it's somebody who's evil or if it's somebody who is your opponent but for good reasons.
Yeah, like frankly, I wouldn't necessarily consider Franziska von Karma a villain.
Oh, I would.
You would?
For at least part of the time. I know she comes around.
Okay, for the first part, yeah, but okay, she's a villain turned.
Well, because I guess Edgeworth is my favorite adversary.
Yes, absolutely.
But
like, I would consider someone like, say,
but like Manfred von Karma.
Manfred von Karma is definitely a villain. Christoph Gavin is.
Yeah.
Cause like again like. Okay, Prosecutor Godot.
Yeah.
He's no villain.
No, but he's the antagonist.
He is the antagonist.
But okay, so we're talking about evil.
Yeah, we're talking about evil villains. Frankly, and this is gonna sound like I've expressed my appreciation for this character plenty of times already. Frankly, I think Dahlia Hawthorne is a fantastic villain.
I wasn't even thinking about her. Yeah, she's probably up there for me too.
Yeah, dude, not Franziska. Dahlia Hawthorne overall. Oh no! Okay, I salvaged that. Dahlia Hawthorne, I think, is an absolutely fantastic villain.
Yeah.
Like, she's up there, like...
She is despicable.
She's absolutely despicable. She is heinous, she is evil, conniving, all, like, the entire package.
Death cannot stop her.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that just makes her a fantastic villain. Like... If you're gonna ask me, like, my favorite villain from the Ace Attorney series, it's probably Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yeah, off the top of my head, probably me too.
Like, some others, like, definitely, like...
Manfred von
Karma is definitely up there. Who else? From Spirit, I'm
trying to remember the name of the TV star from the end of Justice for All.
I think it was Will Powers.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, I think it was
Matt on Guard.
Matt on Guard, that was. Will Powers is the guy that was murdered,
yeah,
I think.
Matt on Guard. That is a great twist. Oh,
yeah,
man.
no, that was great.
That's one of my favorite, like, reveals in the series.
Yeah, Matt on Guard is definitely a great villain as well.
Ace Attorney is another one that I had to catch up with. I've only played the original Phoenix Wright trilogy.
Yeah, I do recommend, like...
And I've played the first Ace Attorney Investigations.
That's definitely a good one. Who was the villain in that one again?
Well, at the end of it...
Yeah, I forget his name, but he's a good villain.
It's the guy who looks like a tree.
Yes. I forget what his name, but he was also a really good villain.
And they were the three people who formed the Yatagarasu.
Yes.
Yeah, that one... I really like the first... I like how everything comes together in Ace Attorney Investigations. That, like, every case has something to do with the overall mystery.
Absolutely.
Which I guess is why I also liked, Trials and Tribulations, too. Because the second and third case don't have too much to do with everything, but they still come back in weird ways. Surfing Penguin?
Yep. There we go.
Okay, so you need to, like, keep up speed, I guess, by jumping on things.
Yeah. But yeah, like, if you're, like, favorite Ace Attorney villain, definitely Dahlia Hawthorne. So, next question.
Alright, let me find a good one here. Aster Orca wants to know, okay, if we had kinetic powers of some sort, what kind would we want to have? No telekinesis or pyrokinesis, because that's too obvious. But some kind of control something with your mind.
Does cryokinesis count?
Yeah, that counts.
Alright, I'm guessing, like, it's
start
like...
by thinking of the elements.
Yeah.
Like, if you could, like, with your mind, psychically control an element. Even though Earth is probably my favorite element, I'd probably go with electrokinesis, because I feel like there's the most stuff I could do with that.
Yeah, I can see that. For me, personally, see, like, I would say maybe, like... Geomancy, like, see, I'm thinking back to Elements Month now.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it more in turn. I'm trying to phrase it the way the question is phrased.
Yeah, but if you were to tell me...
Because geomancy is like Earth, I mean, magic or otherwise, manipulation of Earth. That's how I'm choosing to define it. This
like,
is specifically...
like, there's one I can think of right now, that, would definitely be epic, but at the same time, the responsibility behind it probably would not, like, would keep me from choosing it, is, chronokinesis.
Ooh. That's a lot of... No, I don't want time travel powers. Screw that.
See what I mean?
No. Don't mess with time, man.
Yeah, no, that has way too many repercussions. But, if I were to choose... Huh.
Now, if I were in the Avatar universe, I would be an Earthbender.
Yes,
if I could choose.
I would choose to be an Earthbender. If for me... Light?
Yeah, I guess that would be like lumokinesis?
I guess.
Or photokinesis?
We see, this is something that we gotta brainstorm when it comes to our next, like, when we do
when
something
we eventually
like that
get
again.
back to elements. Luxokinesis? that is the Latin root
I know,
for it,
but I can't help but think of Lux from League of Legends.
It lets you control the champion Lux.
No.
Just, like, fling her into walls.
That's terrible. If I were to choose a kinetic power... See, that's a tough one, but right now, like, I think light would be the coolest one, in my opinion, because there's a lot you can do with that.
You can make yourself invisible, probably, by
Yeah.
sending light around you.
That is true. That is very much true. So, your choice is what again?
I'm gonna go with electrokinesis.
Electrokinesis? I would
Yeah.
probably choose light. I
wanna
think that would be really
polarize
cool.
Things. I wanna...
Alright, so, thank you guys for joining us for this episode of Let's Play, Let's Play,
Kirby's
Epic Yarn. Thank you. Sorry, like, I'm thinking of the games we've done previously. Like, it's been a while. But, also, like, you know what? I was thinking Mario Golf, because this is a Q&A.
This is definitely not Mario Golf.
I know. But anyway, in the next episode, we're gonna go ahead and see what this guy's all about. He's just sitting there behind the counter. But we shall see. Thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you in the next episode.
That jump rope.
It's so adorable!
Oh, I tripped.
Yeah, he trips every time. Oh, Kirby, you're cute as a button.
A button, huh?
Yes,
button.
I resorted to it. I resorted to a sewing pun. Sue me!
Well, that makes a good button for this video.
Ah!